They manipulate, they charm, and they destroy, all without you realizing it. Today, we're cracking open the narcissist's playbook, and what is inside will shock you. At first glance, the narcissist seems perfect. They are magnetic, charismatic, and seem to understand you better than anyone else. This is not an accident, it is a strategy. Narcissists use what is called the mask of charm to draw people in. One of their most powerful tools is love bombing, showering you with affection, attention, gifts, and praise to make you feel special, chosen, and deeply connected to them. Another tactic is mirroring. They reflect your thoughts, values, and desires back at you so precisely, it feels like you have found your soulmate or your ideal friend. This creates an illusion of deep compatibility, but it is just that, an illusion. In romantic relationships, this might look like someone who quickly says, "I love you," wants to move in together right away, and seems too good to be true. In the workplace, a narcissistic boss might start by praising you constantly, calling you a rising star or the best hire they have made. And in the public eye, you might see celebrities or politicians using charm offensively, capturing trust, before later revealing manipulative behavior behind closed doors. Once you are hooked, the narcissist begins the second phase of manipulation: control through confusion. This often starts subtly with gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation where they make you doubt your own reality. You might hear phrases like, "That never happened," "You are too sensitive," or "You are imagining things." Over time, this creates cognitive dissonance, where your experiences no longer align with the reality they are presenting to you. You start to question your own memory, your feelings, and even your sanity. One moment, they are loving and kind. The next, they are cold, dismissive, or cruel. And when you bring it up, they deny it ever happened. These subtle shifts are designed to keep you off balance and easy to control. Their goal is to weaken your sense of reality and make you dependent on them for validation and truth. This is one of the most dangerous weapons in the narcissist's playbook, because it is invisible. You cannot fight what you do not recognize. A narcissist does not want you to have a support system. They want to be your entire world. That is why they use the divide and conquer tactic to isolate you from friends, family, or anyone who might see through their facade. This is done through triangulation, where they bring in a third party to create jealousy, insecurity, or competition. They may say things like, "My ex never had a problem with this," or "Your friend does not really care about you like I do." Over time, you might find yourself drifting away from people you once trusted. The narcissist creates drama and distrust, positioning themselves as your only ally. This gives them even more control, as there is no one left to help you see what is really going on. What makes this tactic so effective is that it often feels like it is your idea to cut people off, when in reality, you are being guided, pressured, and manipulated behind the scenes. When charm and confusion no longer work, narcissists switch to full-blown emotional manipulation. They will use guilt-tripping, giving you the silent treatment, playing the victim, or projecting their own bad behavior onto you. If you catch them in a lie, they might cry and say, "You are being too harsh." If you express a need or boundary, they might go silent for days. And if you try to talk about their hurtful behavior, they will twist it to make it seem like you are the problem. This is where many people feel stuck, constantly walking on eggshells, trying not to upset the narcissist. What is truly cruel is how they weaponize your own empathy against you. They know you care. They know you want to help, and they use that to keep you in a cycle of pain and confusion. If you constantly feel emotionally drained, always apologizing, and never good enough, those are red flags that you might be under narcissistic control. Once a narcissist believes they have extracted all they can from you, your attention, your admiration, your energy, or even your money, the mask begins to slip. The person who once made you feel like the center of their universe now turns cold, critical, and distant. This stage is called the devalue and discard phase, and it is brutal. The shift is often sudden and disorienting. You go from being praised and adored to being ignored, criticized, or even mocked. This emotional whiplash leaves you confused and desperately trying to win back their approval, which is exactly what they want. It keeps you chasing the high of the good times that they created. During this phase, the narcissist is often already scouting for your replacement. They may be flirting with someone else, grooming a new partner, or even setting up their next supply while still keeping you emotionally entangled. They might not leave immediately because they are still using you for convenience, status, or control, but make no mistake, they are emotionally done. Just when you think it is over and you are starting to heal, they come back. This tactic is called hoovering, named after the vacuum cleaner brand, because the narcissist is trying to suck you back into their life. They might send a late-night message, bring up a shared memory, or suddenly apologize for everything. But their goal is not to make amends. It is to regain control. The hoovering phase is manipulative and calculated. They may say they miss you, that no one understands them like you do, or even pretend they have changed. They might play the victim to make you feel guilty, or act like nothing happened at all. The reason hoovering works so well is because, deep down, you still want closure, or maybe you still hope the good version of them will come back. That hope makes you vulnerable. But the truth is, narcissists do not change. If they come back, it is only to repeat the cycle. To avoid being sucked back in, remember who they really are, not who they pretended to be. Write down the reasons you left. Talk to someone you trust. And do not engage. No response is the most powerful response. Protecting yourself from a narcissist starts with recognizing the red flags early. If someone moves too fast, always needs attention, never takes responsibility, or constantly plays the victim, these are signs to proceed with caution. One powerful technique is gray rocking, becoming emotionally uninteresting to the narcissist. This means not reacting, not engaging in drama, and keeping responses short and boring. Over time, narcissists lose interest when they can no longer get a reaction. Setting firm boundaries is another critical step. You have every right to say no, walk away, and protect your peace. In more serious cases, especially where abuse is involved, going no contact may be the healthiest option. Finally, remember that healing is possible. Narcissistic abuse leaves deep wounds, but with therapy, self-education, and the support of a caring community, you can rebuild your confidence, your self-worth, and your life. Now that you have seen the tactics hidden inside the narcissist's playbook, you are better equipped to protect yourself and others. If this video helped you spot any red flags or made something click, do not keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who might need it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more eye-opening content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown like this. Remember, knowledge is power, and the more we expose manipulation, the less control it has over us.